Hi Virgo, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is November 20th, 2019, and this is a general love reading for the sign of Virgo for the end of the month of November. Because it is a general love reading, it can pertain to any kind of love relationship you're dealing with, including romantic or enemies, and everything in between. So you name it, it might apply. This can also pertain to situations and circumstances you're dealing with in the home, in the workplace, things of that nature. So take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. My intention is to reach the people who need the message the most and who will benefit from the message. Be flexible with the energy. You can interchange the roles within the reading. Don't be concerned about the gender of the cards or the pronouns I'm using to describe them. It might feel like I'm reading for you, but it could also feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. So as always, don't try to make the reading fit. You will know if it's resonating, but you'll also know if you need to kind of switch the parts within the reading. So if it doesn't sound like I'm talking to you, but it feels like it resonates for you, then switch the roles. And you could be part of the reading, just not like the main character, if you know what I mean. So I pre-shuffled. Let's go ahead and get going with you, Virgo. Your underlying energy, you have the Eight of Wands in the upright position, paired with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse. Ten of Wands in reverse. Two of Wands in the upright position, paired with the King of Cups in reverse. Seven of Wands, paired with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay, so there's some communication about currently taking place. This may be something that happened in the recent past. It could also potentially, if it's in your underlying energy, it could be something that's coming up. So it could be something that hasn't happened yet for you. But there's some communication about providing some information you haven't known, or you could be providing some information that's unknown to somebody else, or you could be communicating that you want clarity regarding a situation, a relationship, or whatever circumstance this is dealing with. There is, what I'm trying to say is there's communication that's being provided that's going to clear something up or provide you with something that you didn't know, or vice versa. You're doing that for somebody else. There is a little insecurity surrounding this communication, like maybe you're not ready to give up this information, or just not feeling what's the word I'm trying to say, capable or qualified to provide this information or this communication, but it has to happen. So, you know, whether this is you communicating or someone communicating to you, the person doing the communicating is unsure of themselves, feeling insecure, feeling maybe incapable of delivering the message or the communication properly or with clarity, but this has to happen. There's too much of a burden resting on your shoulders or the person doing the communicating, and it needs to be relieved. This needs to come out in the open. It is pertaining to a emotional situation. It is possible that this King of Cups is you, Virgo. He is in the reverse, paired with the Two of Wands. This person to me feels like they're trying to remove their emotions, maybe trying to remain neutral about the situation so that they can maintain a level head in order to make an appropriate decision or choose a correct path regarding this matter that you're dealing with. This person feels like generally they are a very compassionate, loving individual who expresses their emotions freely. But I think in this circumstance, this person, for whatever reason, has decided to remove emotions from the equation and approach this from a neutral standpoint or in something of that nature in order to be keep a clear head about a decision that needs to be made. So if this is you and if this is a person receiving and or giving this information, this message, this news, this clarity, there's an attempt to remove emotions out of the equation in order to make a clear decision. Until that happens, no actions are being taken, and this person's King of Cups is adamant about that. He is not ready to take action until he's clear on the situation, and he's standing strong in that energy that he doesn't want to make any mistakes. So until he's feeling secure about where he stands in this matter, no action will be taken. Because if he jumps the gun and he takes action before he's clear, before he feels capable of facing this information or facing this decision, that it could potentially result in something that's destructive rather than productive in this circumstance, whatever it is to you. So let's get some more cards out here, Virgo, and see what else. We have the Page of Cups in reverse, clarifying the Eight of Wands. And the Five of Swords in reverse, clarifying the Page of Pentacles. Two of Swords in reverse, clarifying the Page of Swords in reverse. Seven of Cups. The King of Cups is clarified by the Page of Wands. We have a lot of pages. We have every page out here so far. We got the Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Page of Swords, and now the Page of Wands. So this could involve young people if you are young yourself. This could also involve children, this situation. We've got the Queen of Pentacles out here. Death in reverse. Magician in reverse. Magician in reverse is always troublesome to me. So there's been some conflict in the past, and I do feel like it's possible that information has been withheld for the purpose of manipulation in this situation. This always is a card of manipulation or mishandling of, I don't want to say power. It's not a mishandling of power. It's a mishandling of an advantage that you have. So for example, someone has information regarding a relationship or situation, whatever, and they choose to keep the information to themselves or to give the information to some key people in order to manipulate the circumstance or the outcome, in order to manipulate the outcome. This King of Cups feels like he has a clear understanding there's been some manipulation in the past, possibly, that has affected decisions. And this news, and I feel like this king is receiving the news. I feel like the king is the receiver of the news, Virgo. So if this is you, you are receiving this information and analyzing it from a neutral standpoint. You're trying to keep your emotions at bay. It is a very emotional situation. I do believe at some time there may have been some communication in the past, but that was not sincere. Again, this can be tied in with the concept that there's some kind of manipulation regarding this communication. You may have been left out of the loop. You may have been lied to, or, you know, I don't have the Seven of Swords out here, so, well, I do have the Page of Swords, and this can indicate someone who is a liar, someone who can't be trusted. And this person possibly, again, was manipulating the situation or trying to keep people from having a clear understanding that there was a compromise. In other words, there were two sides to the story. And as a result of not having clear communication, it resulted in confusion, and this has to be relieved. This burden of confusion has to be lifted, has to be removed from the situation before a reasonable decision can be made on how to move forward. There's been conflict in the past that possibly has been left behind at this point in time. It might have been resolved or just walked away from altogether, and this could potentially be some of the information that you're finding out that whatever's happened in the past has been resolved, rectified, or left behind. I get a feeling that this has to do with a relationship where things went awry, possibly, and you were kept out of the loop. Maybe were curious about how things were working out, whether this is a relationship you were involved in or one that you were witnessing. There was some kind of conflict or conflict resolution. There was something that came to an end, it feels like. Maybe not an end so much as just like it was left. It was left behind or walked away from. So this Queen of Pentacles came out, clarifying the Seven of Wands. I do feel like this is the person you're dealing with. Remember, you can switch the roles, so this could be you. But this King of Cups is dealing with the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is a loyal individual. This is someone who you can trust, someone who you can go to. If you're the King of Cups, this is someone that you know will stand up for you, that will fight for you, that will make things right for you if they can. This is someone that is a caregiver, cares for others before themselves, puts others first. A person with high integrity. And this person is helping you fight the situation or defending you or helping you work through it in some way. This person is right alongside you in this battle or this conflict or this decision that you're making, whatever it is. They are... Now, when I say they're alongside you, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're, at your side holding your hand, frolicking through the meadow. They could be at a distance. You could just be communicating. This could be a family member, friend. It could even be a partner or spouse. But again, this person is also standing their ground that they're not going to take any careless actions. And they have maintained that stance over time. That this is a complicated situation, it feels like. And it needs to be dealt with in the right way in order for all parties to see justice and reconciliation or clarity or an understanding of what's gone wrong. This feels, as I talk, this feels like there's a clear message coming across. At the same time, it feels like it can apply in many, many different ways. So I don't necessarily feel like this is a romantic partner situation. It does obviously involves emotions, and it obviously involves a relationship. Communication about relationships. Gaining some clarity on a relationship maybe that went bad. But this could potentially apply in so many different ways. So on the one hand, it feels very specific. On the other hand, it feels very general, and that it could apply in many different ways. If it's resonating for you, like I've said, you'll know, and you'll know how it applies to you. So let's get some more cards on the table, Virgo, and see what else we have. In your underlying energy, we have Temperance. This communication is bringing balance. And Ace of Swords, clarifying the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So again, gaining some balance and some clarity where there wasn't clarity before. Cloud of Judgment, possible miscommunication, possible misunderstandings. Again, Ace of Swords can indicate too lying, deception. There could have been someone in this mix who was manipulating the situation, so there was miscommunication, misunderstanding within a relationship. Okay, we've got King of Pentacles out here. Clarifying the Page of Swords. Give me a second here. So this looks like it could potentially be involving a family situation, especially with all these pages here. I do feel like there's children involved or younger people involved. And the Ten of Pentacles came out. Six of Cups in reverse came out. Okay, so let me take a look at this for a second here. So the King of Pentacles came out. Clarifying the Page of Swords with the Two of Swords in reverse. So I do feel like this King of Pentacles, who is a true pair to the Queen of Pentacles, a true pair coined by, and I'm going to mention her again, Water Baby Tarot. She calls the matching court cards true pairs, and I refer to them as well because I think that she's got something there. But anyway, if you've never watched her channel, Water Baby Tarot, watch her channel. She's amazing. Anyway, so we've got the King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. I believe the King of Pentacles is also the King of Cups in reverse. This is also a loyal individual. Matches the Queen of Pentacles perfectly, except for a little bit more of a masculine energy, meaning this person is more of a provider. Not that the Queen of Pentacles can't provide, because she can, but this is more of a father figure. Again, someone with extreme loyalty and compassion and love for his family and friends. And again, with this is clarifying the King of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles. So I do feel like this is a family matter, or at least affecting other family members. There's been some miscommunication that has caused some instability and confusion. And this new communication coming in, or that's about to come in, is going to relieve you of this burden, this confusion that's been surrounding these relationships. So this king could, I feel the king again is the receiver of information. So if this is you, you're receiving information. It could potentially be about or through a family member who's a younger person. That's a possibility. It could be, you could be receiving information from someone who's younger than you, or possibly even a child. And it's going to bring some clarity so that you can successfully make a decision or choose a path regarding some manipulation that's happened in the past, or something that's gone awry within a relationship, or something that was affecting a family matter in a negative way. I think this Queen of Pentacles has been instrumental in working on this, fighting for you, fighting alongside you. It is her personal dream to be, or wish, to make sure that this all comes to fruition, that this comes to pass, that things are resolved, that there is clarity, that there is communication. I think she's made it a personal goal to stand her ground and work through this with you, because I think it may have affected your relationship with her or with other people that you're close to, and has caused some issues. Six of Cups in reverse, with some people that are significant in your life, or a person that's significant in your life. So this queen is in your corner. I think it's probably obvious to you that she is. You may have at one point in time thought, that you would never gain clarity on the situation. It was time to leave it behind. That to walk away from this conflict, because it wasn't getting better. But I do feel like you're gaining some communication at this point in time that's going to clear something up. You're going to see clearly where things went wrong. You're going to have in other words, the blindfold's going to come off. I think you have been restricted from having a clear understanding of what went wrong, or, dealing with some confusion that you feel you didn't have a control over, or the ability to clarify for yourself and for others. Let's get some more cards out. Virgo, let's see what else. So we have the Five of Wands and the Six of Pentacles, both in the reverse. Empress in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse. Hierophant in the upright. Eight of Cups. Ace of Wands in reverse. High Priestess in the upright. this message, this information that's coming in, maybe spiritually guided. In other words, I feel like it's one of those things where it feels like the truth has been ignored too long, and at this point in time, it's time for it to be revealed. It's time for this to come out. It's one of those things where it feels like the universe is balancing things out. Got this sun coming in my window. Sorry for the weird glare. That's better. There's been imbalance for a long period of time. The communication I feel that you've received in the past or are currently dealing with right now has been erroneous, manipulative, partial truths, partial information, because someone's trying to control the situation or trying to maintain control over how things transpire. Let's see what else we get. So we have the Seven of Cups in reverse this time. So again, this is, you're gaining some clarity. The confusion is lifting. The illusion is being shattered. Nine of Swords. This has resulted, this unknown information or lack of clarity of what's gone on has been emotionally and mentally I cannot come up with my words. It's pissing me off. It's provided you a lot of anguish and anxiety, if I just put it that way. I'll just sit here and stare off into space, and sometimes the words just will not come into my head. It drives me nuts. Anyway, this mental anguish, this imbalance, this lack of truth, lack of clarity, not gaining knowledge, the knowledge and information that you need in order to come to terms with all of this, has left you feeling like hopeless, like there's nothing left for you to do. But be prepared, Virgo, because it's happening for you. The light is being turned on for Virgo because the lies are no longer working. So whoever's been controlling the situation, this is being lifted. You may have tried to remove yourself emotionally from the situation in order to help things progress forward. It hasn't been working in the past. There's the King of Pentacles in reverse. King of Pentacles upright. And then we have the Page of Pentacles out here again in the reverse. So let me look at this for a second, Virgo, and then I'll show you some of these cards. So I think this Queen is helping helping you gain the clarity on why things haven't been transpiring the way they have, and it's because of a lack of knowledge. She's standing really strong in her energy, and she is working to fix things so that there can be some actions taken to move you in the right direction. And she knows you've been negatively affected by this. This person is highly intuitive. There might be a intuitive connection between the two of you. This situation may have caused some angst in this relationship between this Queen of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. And again, I feel like the King of Pentacles is your energy and has left you feeling insecure about this relationship, or with an inability to move forward or move past this. But this information or this communication is going to clear things up. You felt like you haven't had control in the situation because of the confusion and an inability to take action or even know what to do, because you haven't had a clear understanding of what's going on. And so it's left you feeling helpless. Feeling like the actions you've probably taken in the past haven't worked. You may have been left to feel that maybe even the actions you've taken in the past have been selfish actions or have left you with no other options but to leave this behind. But this information, this message that you're receiving is going to change all of that. You're still in this energy, Virgo. It's not like, I'm not saying that this is cleared up for you instantaneously. I feel like this is going to take some time, because it feels like there's a lot of misinformation, miscommunication, misunderstandings that has left you feeling messed up in the head, probably dealing with some internal conflict and maybe not prepared to approach somebody in order to have some clear communication for healing, for the healing process, for the sake of healing. But this is on the board. This is what's getting ready to happen in your life. I feel to a certain extent, the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, although there is the King of Cups on the table as well, and some pages, you two are the two central figures in this reading, and the two that are represented the most in this reading. The pages, again, could indicate younger people, children, or other people involved in the situation who are providing information. And this could involve other family members, but you two are the central figures within this reading. And so I do feel like the communication is going to be between you two. And this Queen of Pentacles feels like she is currently working on gaining more clarity. She may have made some mistakes in the past, but she's still fighting this. She's still fighting to understand. She might be the one that's coming to you. Like I said, I do feel like you're in receptive mode. King of Pentacles, waiting to hear communication. I feel like she's still working on this. She may not have everything she feels she needs in order to come forward and clear things up for you so that you can both move forward and past this. So give it some time, Virgo, based on what I'm seeing. There's still some stuff to work through. This is not a done deal. Healing is on the horizon. Information is on the horizon. The truth is on the horizon, but it's not out in the open yet. If you've had hunches, if you've had some intuitive hits where you're feeling like you know what's going on, or you know the real story behind the fake story that's been presented to you, you are correct about that. So your suspicions are right. You moved on past feeling like you're being manipulated. If someone is still, pulling shit on you or trying to keep you in the dark about stuff, or keeping you feeling like you don't have a grasp on the truth, you have an intuitive understanding that that is still happening to you, and you're not buying it anymore. You might even be gaining some information through just this change in perspective. So if you're still receiving information that you feel is erroneous, or is feeling manipulative, or feeling like it's incomplete, that's one of those things where we deal with people who just won't give us the truth. They just keep it to themselves, or won't be honest or authentic with us. That happens all the time. If you've had those suspicions, you've been right. But you've been kept from making a choice or making moves, or kept from moving forward because you don't have what I like to call the 3D confirmation. In other words, you may have this intuitive understanding of what the truth is, but no one has spoken those words to you yet. So the 3D, the real life, someone speaking words to you saying, you know what, this is what really happened, and then you can go, oh yeah, I knew it all along. Because that's what I feel like is going on right now. That you do have a clear understanding, but only because of your intuition. Well, this card, there's 3. I just want one. I just want one for Virgo. Anyway, this is my Dreams of Gaia tarot. I've already introduced it. I'm still reading from the book. I've decided I like reading from this. Is the one that's the one that wants to come out. Oh, this one comes out all the time. Four of Air. It's a good one. It's definitely relevant to this reading for sure, but it's a long, if I'm remembering correctly, it's a long meaning in the book. But it's all about cleaning up the shit that doesn't matter so that your life is working more effectively. Things are coming together the way they should. The connections are being made the way they should. Cleaning up the crap so that you can have a clearer understanding, that kind of stuff. Let me get the book open. This is the Four of Air. So it is really long. I'm going to read it anyway. If you get bored with it, you can turn off the video. But it's like 2 pages. I'm still going to read it. I want to refresh my memory on this card anyway, and it's definitely significant in this reading. So I know I'm running long on my video, and I'm sorry, Virgo, but I'm going to go ahead and read this for you, and I think that you will connect with this. This is a very Four of Air. When I read this, I do think Virgo. This is a very Virgo energy card for me. Anyway, here we go. The Four of Air symbolizes the importance of ordering your environment and giving your day structure, especially if you have specific goals or projects you wish to perform and complete. Routines are our daily habits, the things that we do on a daily basis, given structure and order. Following our routine moves us from one part of our day to the next. Having a routine can provide us with a level of security born of consistency. By establishing order in our environment, we also add to the sense of security. When everything has its place, we can be confident that it will be there when we need it. We won't waste hours of our day looking for something that has been lost in the clutter and mess that we often surround ourselves with. A cluttered and chaotic environment can give rise to a cluttered and disorganized mind, a mind that is unable to follow a routine that is conducive to productivity. The Four of Air suggests establishing order in your life by removing the clutter. Establish a pattern of regular cleaning. Put things back where they belong after use so they are there the next time you need them. Keep your paperwork in order. Even make a place in your life for the unexpected and unanticipated. That way, even chaos does not have too much of an impact on your peace of mind or prevent you from doing what needs to be done. Does your routine make space for your goals and projects? When we want to make real headway, it helps us if our daily routine includes a suitable amount of time set aside to work on those things that are truly important to us. If you want to complete a project, working in an ordered and routine manner will help your progress by establishing a pattern of consistency and will result in a successful and timely completion. If you feel that you have no time, then the Four of Air represents an opportunity to sit down and look at your routine to see if there is time to be found that is currently spent on unnecessary tasks. Making time for yourself to relax is one thing. Spending 5 hours on the internet, chatting on social media, or playing computer games is another. Wouldn't some of that time be better spent working to meet your goals? Alternatively, do you spend hours playing computer games or reading books instead of writing that epic fantasy adventure because it takes your attention away from doubts, insecurities, and fears that you might have regarding your aspirations and goals? If so, the Four of Air suggests that it's time to look at why you are behaving in a way that sabotages your productivity and creativity. Patterns of behavior are often habituated when they offer a psychological or emotional reward. Most of the time, they do not become an issue of concern, but if they become habituated, they can often have the same effect on our lives as drug or alcohol addictions. They provide a pleasure response, and so we repeat them in order to get another hit. Are you seeking a pleasure hit for all the wrong reasons? Does socializing on the internet generate that pleasure hit by giving you social connection? Does playing computer games generate that pleasure hit by allowing you to escape reality for a time? Establish new productive and creative patterns, and you may get the same pleasure hit when you succeed at your objectives. This card appears in your reading to let you know, that now is a perfect time to establish new patterns and habits, and to look closely at those that have already been established and decided whether they are of benefit or whether they hinder. Scrutinizing your habits, both good and bad, will also increase your understanding of yourself. Sit down and write a list of how you spend your time. Look for those elements that eat into time that could be better spent elsewhere. Don't cut them out completely, because if you do so, any change in your routine is likely to become unsustainable. Instead, budget your time like you would your finances. Allocate time for wasting time, but do so in a manner that allows you to stick to your time budget and get things done. To be creative and productive and to reach your goals requires both a structured day and the discipline to commit to your routine. It also requires a willingness to create an environment that supports your ventures by establishing a healthy routine that makes time for both relaxing and creating. You will create an environment that is conducive to both. By making it a positive environment, also you increase your chances of success. Remember, if you truly want something, you will make time for it. So this is all about basically, taking out the clutter and allowing your life to fall into place. And this could be as simple as saying to yourself, you just haven't been paying enough attention to what you're doing in your life, and starting to pay more attention in establishing some routines and moving in positive directions is going to change the direction you've been taking. And this could be something in your own personal life, but also in your relationships. So I do feel like this is definitely a significant card for you, Virgo. I hope that this reading helped you. I'm going to end this here. I hope it gave you some clarity and allows you to move forward in whatever way, shape, or form that's going to be good for you. I appreciate you joining me today, Virgo, and take care, and I hope to see you again. Bye.